Visiting Dale's Way. My name is Dale. If you are new, well then thanks for visiting. If you have been here before, then welcome back. Today's video is my memory keeping spread for March. I've got March memories I've done in some letters that I got from shiploads. I've pulled out some washi tape. I've got some bits and pieces that I'm going to stick in, and I've got the photos. The photos are on photo paper, however, they're not sticky. So it will be glue stick or glue tape to get them down. We'll add boxes and things like that as we go. So here we go. March is autumn here, so I thought I would pick this washi tape. It's got autumny colours and that sort of thing. And these are just note sheets. I think I want to cut the end of this off because it was a bit manky. So I think I want to cut it off and start fresh. And I thought I might. Okay, you're going to have to move papers for a second because I'm going down here. And as always, when you're using washi tape, don't pull it really hard because it'll make your page curl. So you just nice and gently, and you lay it down like that. And yes, I will have to punch that one with a little ruler. I need a little ruler. That's a bit too close to the S there, so we're going to trim it there like that. Pull this bit up. Okay, there we go. Now it's down nicely. And I thought we will go full length of this page to make it a little bit matchy-matchy. Doesn't have to be completely matchy-matchy, but we're going to do a little bit matchy-matchy. Right, so that's that one. And I also have this. I thought was cool. I love a good, check or a stripe or whatever. I thought that was cool. I'm not sure how I'm going to bring that in yet, or where, or any of those sorts of things. But I liked that one too. So that's my other one. All right. So I have pictures. This is Rexy. He's a 3D target that we shot at when we went to our tournament in Burnie, which was the first thing we did in March. These are the random bits, and then I've got separate things. So we're starting with this because this was the archery tournament at Burnie. As you can see here, my mum and my husband both got a 3rd place medal, which we're happy about, sort of. You're going to work glue? There we go. Get the glue going. So yes, so we're happy about that. We're happy about the fact that they placed because we had to travel to go and attend the tournament in the first place. But I like Rexy. Rexy's cute. And I would like to get a Rexy for our club. This is Rexy before he got shot. This is Rexy after he got shot. These ones, the purpley white arrows are mine. The blue and white ones are my husband's. So there he is there. And then I want Rexy there, and that one there, and that one there. Kind of want it to look a little bit scrapbooky. So this can be the before, and we might even write before and after. Okay, so that one's on that. So I'm going to make him there. I might even do that now with a click art pen. Before, and then after. Poor Rexy. He was very fun to shoot at, though. Very, very fun to shoot at. Sometimes I feel like when I do these videos, come here you. When I do these videos, I feel like maybe I shouldn't do the talking, but then you wouldn't know what I'm putting down or why. I don't know, sometimes I feel like I should just do it and run the music over the top. All right. Oh, I didn't pull out any boxes. That's what I didn't do. Oh, well, we're going to need some boxes, but yes, 3rd place. Okay, so that was the weekend. See, if you were here for my last memory keeping video or snapshot video, whatever you want to call it, the going to Burnie and going to Guns Plains and that, and then this tournament all happened in the same weekend. It's just this was dated in March and the other was dated in February, and I'm trying to keep them separate. So the following weekend was a big weekend. We went to Launceston. So I have a thing that I did when I printed it up in Canva. Maybe we put I need a box. Actually, I can kind of see the lines there. Maybe I could use the lines and just do something that I don't know. Maybe that can go there. So this is what I don't know if you want to hear me friggin' carrying on like this. But see, that was Burnie, but this is Launceston. Or do I need a box? Maybe I should have a box. Hold, please. Okay. I pulled out a box from Mojo Jojo and put it there. And now we can start the Launceston stuff. I might even add the date. I don't know yet. I know when it happened, but I'm also wondering if I should bring some of this in. Okay, it's going to have to go over that. And just like that, you know, just... Just like that. Okay, let's try a tape runner because it's long and thin. If it was on paper, I might have coloured it in, but because I put it on the page in Canva as when I printed all of the... I put all of the images in Canva, used a flyer template, moved them all around to where I wanted them, excuse me, and then, yeah, so that's how I did that. Oh, excuse me. All right, so this is where we stayed, and I had this really pretty lamp. I called it the Narnia lamp. So we're going to put the lamp. I can't remember the name of the place off the top of my head. It's in my bookings and in my planner on different things, so I will be able to check it. Right now, I can't tell you. A lot has happened. I love this photo paper. I might leave a gap. So then I can put the name of the place and write a little bit about it at the bottom. Don't need a box for that. So that is the start of that. All right, you can sit there. What have we got over here? I've got so much stuff over here now. So when we went to Launceston, we did the escape room and we went bowling. That was the following day. That was all the following day. So this is the bowling and the escape room stuff. I say escape room stuff. There's not stuff. It's just the pictures we took at the escape room. If you are in Launceston, I highly recommend Entombed escape room. It's the first time Hamish and I have ever done an escape room, and we did the Ghost of the Leading Lady. It was so much fun. And they are in Kings Meadows. If anybody would like to go, I highly recommend it. It was so much fun. Now, as for gluing, I think I'm going to glue this so I can still open out the pages. Oh, I honestly don't know how I passed kindergarten with gluing and cutting things, where you learn all of the basics of gluing and cutting. Let's go at the top. I'm thinking if I'd gotten two of them, I could have put one in like this and then done the other one, cut it up so we could see different things. And that's the bowling. If I glue that one in there, this is going to make my planner very thick, but we can work with it. Maybe. Do I need that bottom section? I don't think I need that bottom section. All right, we are going to cut it off. Just below where it says Hamish or Ham. And yes, he won the bowling. I ended up hurting my hip on the first try. I haven't bowled for ages, and I had always been accused of chucking the ball. So I tried not to chuck the ball and ended up hurting my hip when I leant down. So he won. But then he also gets more practice at bowling as he takes some of his participants at work. He's a disability support worker. He takes them bowling as their activity. Righto. So this is scrapbooking meets memory keeping. Okay. I'm glad that they printed it for us. Okay, if I do it like that, I know it's not a very good gluing job or decorative job, but it's what it is. So we have this one of Ham bowling. Can we put that? No. Maybe we can put one of these. Okay. Maybe I'll write on this page and do the pictures on this page. All right, let's add some more washi tape because that's fun. I'm going to need a whole other page for that over there, maybe even 2. So I'm not sure how to break this up. Anyway, I'm going to put some washi along the top, but I don't want it all the way at the top. I do like that colour washi. It's very cute. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to add a strip of this one too. Because why not? I have it. I might as well use it. This is all about using our stash of things. And as if we're talking stash, I have a heap. Like I said, the thing I'm going to be worried about is the next page after this one. I think I'm going to leave that like that. That's going to be a page on its own. Now I'm going to put these. So we're going to put the bowling picture. So there's the bowling. We did these activities all on the one night. And because we'd booked in to do the escape room, we actually got a discount at the bowling. So that was good. And when we go to Launceston again, I am very happy to go back and do the escape room again. We might even get to do a different one. Well, we'd have to do a different one because if they don't change them, then we already know how to solve the last one. Mind you, one of the clues required us to have a black light. And me, in all of my funny TV-inspired brain stuff, kept running around the room with the black light, you know, like they do in all the cop shows and the crime shows, and I kept going like, CSI! And just making an absolute ass of myself, basically. But I had the time of my life. It was so much fun. I actually really let go and let myself have a good time. So that in and of itself is probably worth mentioning. Okay. So next page. I might need more notepaper for this. Next page is we went to the Queen Victoria Museum. Do I want that there? Do I want it to go that way? No, it won't fit that way. So I definitely want it to go this way. Yes. Okay, I'm going to use this one again because it's a long, skinny one. Now, I have never been to the Queen Victoria Museum. It was super fun. I enjoyed every minute. I pretty much spent the first part of our trip to Launceston carrying on like a kid in a friggin' candy shop. I really did. Because the reason we went up in the first place was not a good fun reason. So I was trying to make the absolute most out of what we were doing and what we've seen and that sort of thing. Okay. There it is. I need to make sure I don't lose that. Okay, I had never been to the Queen Victoria Museum before. That's the front entrance. I did like those big yellow bits. But like I said, kid in a candy shop. Kid in a candy shop. That's me and Ham outside under a tree before we went in. Look, that's me with the big skull of a Triceratops. And then there's a saddle and bikes and old-fashioned cars. There were so many things to see. And then we went and did the planetarium show. And they've got dinosaurs. And this one was a sculpture outside, so that's cute. And so I have all of these pictures to use. And yes, so I think I might start with this one maybe. This was inside the building. And it's the Queen Victoria Museum and Art Gallery, opened by His Excellency the Governor of Tasmania, the Honourable Sir Guy Green. A bunch of letters on the 23rd of November 2001. 2001 is the year we actually moved to Tasmania. So I'm going to pop that there. And then maybe one of us. Where's that one with the decorative sculpture-y thing that I had a minute ago? What do you do with it? There it is. That's the one I want. Okay. I don't selfie. Look at that face. Definitely not as good as the photo that Hamish and I took the week before, I tell you. The photo Hamish and I took the week before is now my new favourite photo of us. And I use it in a lot of places. Okay, let's get a box. Probably don't need a big box, so we can get... Do I need a box? There's space to write, so do I need a box? Okay, I'll leave the journaling boxes there and we'll see how we go. What have I got over here? Nope, none of that. So just these. We still haven't got washi on the page. Let's do a ripped piece. Let's see, we can make it go. We're just going to make it go up the edge. Just like that. That's it. Look at the dinosaur in the little glass case. I know. I told you, kid in a candy shop. I tell you what. Yep, let's do those. Doing all of this memory keeping or snapshots back of the month is certainly is making my planner very, very thick. I do believe I might have to take out January and February just to make it move on its discs. Okay, now we're going to turn this one over. Let's do a similar thing. But we'll go along the top with the washi. It just adds a pop of something. Okay, since we put the dinosaur pictures on the other page, we're going to do, let's do dinosaur. There was Tasmanian tiger and a whole heap of different Tasmanian native animals and that sort of thing. We didn't get to look at a lot, I will admit. Look, there's a huge wombat. And there's the penguins. They best be careful because apparently Trump is now trying to tariff the island that the penguins live on. Nobody else lives on the island, just the friggin' penguins, but you know. Oh dear. So there's penguins. I liked the penguins. Then we had the cars and the there should be a wall of bicycles. There it is. So that went that way. So there's a whole heap of different bicycles. You know, there's a penny farthing and that sort of thing. A whole heap of different bicycles on that one. So it was all about transport. And yeah, we didn't get to look at a lot because we did this on the Saturday morning. We did the other stuff on the Friday night. Saturday afternoon after the museum was when we got to the semi-serious stuff and the reason for us being there. Okay, I might have to go on the next page, which was the spreading of my husband's parents' ashes. Now, his mum passed last August. His dad passed a couple of years before that. And she grew up in a town called Westbury, and her parents owned a shop in Westbury, and that's where they met. Her and Kevin met. So the idea was to spread their ashes in Westbury and in a place called Port Sorell, where her parents, I think, had a holiday shack. And yeah, he liked to sail and all of that sort of thing. So that was what was decided. So we went up, and I didn't get any pictures at Westbury. It didn't seem kind of right to take pictures at Westbury because it was in a park, and just, yeah, it just didn't seem to be the correct thing to do, if you get my meaning. So I didn't take any pictures of Westbury, and I probably should have. Okay. I'm only going to get the planetarium stuff on that page. The planetarium show was all very, very good. It was all about going to Mars and what it would take for life to be discovered on Mars. Not like in the next 5 years or anything, but, you know, yeah, it was quite good. They had some academics speaking in the video. It was shone on the planetarium, the domed ceiling. And it had been narrated by Rupert Grint. If you don't know that name, that would be Ron from Harry Potter. And there we are sitting in the planetarium seats. And we bought the tickets. It only cost $8 each. So the museum is not even making any money. And, you know, we got there and I said to the fella that was taking the tickets, do you have to collect it or do you just have to see it? And he went, oh, I don't actually have to collect it. You can keep hold of it if you want to. And I'm like, yes, please. because I knew I wanted to bring it home and put it in here. And he said, I used to do that with all my tickets of things, shows and concerts when I was a kid. I'm like, well, not everybody grew out of that, because I certainly didn't. So the museum was a big part of our trip for me. And as I said, I had never been, but I have already booked to go to Launceston again in June, because, like I said, we got to see barely anything, and I want to see more at the museum. So do I need that one? I think I want that. Do I want that bit? I don't need that bit. I think I want those two bits now. So let's do the cardboardy one. Pretty much everything we did, I tried to take a brochure or whatever that they had that was free, so I could bring it home for my memory keeping. So I haven't been this much into memory keeping in years, but because my word is create, and I'm trying to create memories and create happiness and connection with my husband and all that sort of thing, I am making the effort. Use my sticker squisher, and there's some space to write. And I don't think I need this one. Okay, again, we'll pop that one over there. So then the rest of that day was spent at Port Sorell, spreading the rest of the ashes. And I have the map for where we stayed in Devonport. I'm not sure I need the map. I don't know, we'll see how we go. Hold please. This memory keeping game is a long video. So look at all these. These are all different pictures I took of the surf coming up on the sand. I honestly could not get the kind of picture I wanted every time I tried. So this was it with my phone. I'm just trimming this off so it'll fit on the page better. And I was going to cut them out individually, and then I thought, screw it, I can't be bothered. So this is me trying to be artistic and taking beach surf shots. We're going to put that there. And then we're going to put this one on the top. So there was Hamish and myself, his two daughters and our daughter-in-law, his brother and wife, and grown-up children and their grandchildren, so his nieces and then great-nieces. Okay, trim that. His sister and her child and husband. There was Auntie Judy, who is Sue's sister, his mum's sister. There was his other sister, Christy. And yeah, so it was pretty much just a family thing, with no real outsiders. And yeah, we were going to do it before dinner, but it was a super hot weekend. So, of course, every man and his dog was at Little Hawley Beach in Port Sorell there. So it had to wait till after dinner. But once we went down after dinner, it had cooled off plenty, and we were able to get some cute shots at the beach. So there's a panorama view of the beach that I took, and there's Hamish and I, and that's me and his daughter Sarah and her wife Riley. I think I might put that one in that little gap now, or do I want? No, I'm going to write in that little gap. So do I want? Oh, let's put this little one. Let's put that up. There's nothing to say it can't go up there. Hey, like that. That works. And then there's me. I think that's the best selfie of myself I've ever taken. Do I need the panorama? Maybe I do. Maybe I should put maybe I might just put it by itself at the bottom of the page. And then make it look like I've used the washi tape to hold it down, like an old-fashioned page. You know what I mean? Like when you used to have to actually stick photos down with tape in your scrapbooks, etc. This little fountain was at the East Devonport caravan park thingy with cabins that we stayed at, and it's a fountain and the water comes off the thing, but I just thought it was cute, so I took a picture of it. And as I said, this is the best selfie of me that I think I've taken. And I really was just trying to get the beach and stuff in the background. And I'm not a beach person. I'm really not. I don't mind that picture of Hamish and I either. It's not the greatest, but, you know, I'm trying to take more photos. So that's that one. And the good thing about our cabin was it had a spa bath, which was great, because by the time we finished traipsing on the beach, my hip was killing me, and I went and I had a spa. It was definitely a bucket list item to tick off, having a spa bath. More importantly, having a spa bath with my husband. And no, don't dig your mind out of the gutter. We're too old and fat for that in the spa bath. But I've cleaned heaps of them. I've never had one. So I was having one. But I was able to sit so that I had one of the jets be able to hit the muscle on the top of your hip there that was sore from where I hurt it. And yeah, that was fun. So let's trim this, because it was a bit big. And then on the way home, we went to Steamfest. So we've been to Steamfest before, but we used to go and help Uncle Peter with Loxley Archers do the demos, but they're not doing the demos anymore. So I don't have many photos of Steamfest. It was still super hot, 30 some odd degrees, in fact. So we didn't stay for very long because the heat would have killed me. That's why I live in Tasmania, because it's too hot otherwise anywhere else. Okay, I'm going to have to trim that one out of the thing, but that's okay. Whoops. Let's trim this one up a bit. Ham was selfieing us. He's not real great at them either. Okay, I don't want to cut his face off, but we can cut the white off. I don't know why I left the white there. I thought maybe it made it look like actual photos, you know, with the white bit, old-fashioned photos with the white bit. Now this lovely, lovely, lovely thing here, this is my friend Cookie, and she's very into steampunk and cosplay, and has a group known as Those LARP Guys, I think is what it's called. So she was there in her garb, in her outfit, and her guest judge for the costume competition that she runs for Steamfest, for the committee, never showed up. So she asked Hamish and myself if we would judge the costume competition. We weren't in it, of course, because we didn't have that sort of costume, but we got to be guest judges. So yeah, I don't have a picture of the people who won, but it was fun. You know, we didn't get anything for it, but it was still fun to do. I am going to need another piece of paper. Please hold. You should be thankful you were on hold. I just sneezed, the biggest sneeze. Oh, and now I'm yawning. Do apologise. So that was the start of the month of March being away. So end of February into March we were away. Second weekend into March we were away. Lots happened. Lots and lots and lots of things happened. And we're going to add some washi tape to the page because I can. You're here watching planner videos, so I don't know why I feel like I have to explain that I'm going to do something like add the washi tape to the page because I can. Because you guys all do this sort of stuff too. You are not here to talk me out of my addiction to stationery and crafting. In fact, if you are here watching my channel, you probably have a similar addiction to stationery and or crafting, or memory keeping, or planning, or I'm not sure why I keep having to try and explain myself. It's almost like I have a whole thing about it. What do you reckon? No, don't answer that. Okay, so some of the other photos we have here are, they sold my mother-in-law's house. That's a snowflower. That's a sunflower I took. My nephew Dallas had his levers. Hamish and I went on a date for our anniversary, and we seen a fancy special interest car and went and had a dinner. I finished reading that book. This is Missy Cat, and I cat sit her for 5 days. And this is Stumpy. He does not have a tail, and he's my new cat friend at my new cleaning job. So there you go. So I took a picture of him too. So the big highlight, I think, was Dallas's levers and our anniversary. So this is my sister-in-law, Christine, and my brother, Bill. And there's Hamish and myself with him. I do really wish I looked better, but I came straight from work to have photos with him on his levers day, on his levers dinner day. And basically it is what it is. It was either be there straight from work or I was going to miss the entire thing. And I did not want to miss the entire thing. So, and I didn't print out a thing about Dallas's levers. I figured I would write something. Or maybe he would like to write something. I think I want that one and then that one. I stuffed that up in the order I was going to do it. And you might be thinking, why didn't you go all the way to the end of the page? I left that spot purposely because it has the lines, which means I can write there. So I can write about Dallas's levers. I'll put the anniversary next. I probably have more rando photos on my phone that I took during the month. I just don't think most of them were probably worth printing out, and that's probably why they're not there. See, I'm still not even sure I want to put that in. I might leave that out. I might write what we did there. We're going to top and bottom this one with the same washi. Just trying to show different ways that you can use your washi. If you've ever been confused as to how or why or what you can do with it. I probably don't think you have been, but I'm doing it anyway. And I am going to turn it up the other way because I want that flower to be the right way up when I put it on the paper. And that. Oh, I might have to cut that bit. I think I left it too short to pull. There we go. Okay, you're stuck there now. All right. So I seen a really pretty sunflower. This is the better of the two photos of the sunflower I took. Mother-in-law's house sold. So that was a good thing. Mind you, we're still finishing cleaning it up. Oh, not cleaning it up, but, you know, getting the stuff out that doesn't need to be there. Missy Cat. The one good thing about Missy Cat is, well, I don't know if it's a good thing about the cat, but she's very grumpy. She's a grumpy Missy Cat. But she was named Missy after the Doctor Who character, who was Missy, who was the female version of the Master. And I love Doctor Who, so I was happy about that. Oh no, I got glue on Stumpy. I got glue on my mat. That would be why. And then the book I finished reading was a very good book. So that is the extra bits. And like I said, I've got all the writing to do, but I'm not going to do that with you guys because this has almost been an hour long. So let me get all my pages so you can see what it's going to look like. Okay, so there's the end of March there. So we turn over, we've got the Launceston trip with the escape room and the bowling. And then we turn that one over and there's the escape room and the bowling. Then we have the Queen Victoria Museum pages, I should say, with the dinosaurs and the cars. And this one is back to front. That one should go like that with the planetarium, etc. Then more of the museum. Then all about going to Port Sorell to spread ashes and me trying to be a beach photographer. And more photos from there. I'll write a little bit about our cottage that we rented. Then we've got Steamfest. I can write a little bit there. I can maybe even write a bit there about Steamfest. Then we've got Dallas's levers and my anniversary dinner, and then just some rando stuff that was happening also in the month of March. So that is what? How many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pages of memory keeping just for the month of March. So if you liked this long-ass video, then please give me a like, a thumbs up. I will not be upset if you watch this on 2 times speed with no sound. I'm wondering if I should actually speed it up and see what we can do. As always, be happy, be healthy, be kind, most importantly, be you, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.